I would like to buy this Chaos Reaver Titan.
Alrighty.
Alrighty.
There.
Okay.
Hold on to that guy there. Hold on to that guy
And the
there.
big one.
All right. Your total, sir, $1,425.11.
Hey, Tootie, I don't have that money. Take my credit card. So, I was so lucky to get brought with the Play On team to Las Vegas, Nevada to the LVO Open. This is a huge Warhammer tournament and general Warhammer Fest. It was a wild time. We ate some amazing food, met some even better people, and got to meet some of you fans, and it was pretty special. There in Las Vegas, I was able to fulfill one of our Level Up campaign's stretch goals and get a Chaos Reaver Titan. I went to them in the LVO booth and said, I would like your finest Chaos Reaver Titan today. And he presented me with this box, but inside, a plethora of wondrous resin beauty. And here is the official notice. And here we go, Reaver Titan. The Fabricator General has decreed that your army may deploy the might of a Reaver Titan. Tremble, foes of man, for the might of the Omnissiah is upon you. Thought for the day, a moment of laxity spawns a lifetime of heresy. Go heresy! So this is the 2850th Chaos Reaver Titan to be spawned into the universe, or pulled from the molds at Forge World. I am giddy. I am giddy inside to see all these pieces in person, to be able to touch them, to have my first contact with this war machine that is gonna bring so much death to my foes, the Imperium. I can't wait. So we have some specific plans to do some really cool conversions, to put in some lights, to try and take this to the next level. This is gonna be a big process, getting a model of this size together and then on its feet and then painted and then into a game. So hopefully we'll be able to document parts of that all along the way to show what we're doing to try and bring this guy to the battlefield in all his spectacular glory. So let's see what we got in here. Well, it looks like we've got some more instructions. A painting guide, ooh, resin. Clean your resin ahead of time, folks. Also, warm water and bending is gonna be a really big handy thing to get pieces that don't quite wanna fit right to fit right. So this looks like missile launchers of some sort. That's probably gonna go on top. Oh, well, we all know what that is. That's gonna be a big claw, the claw! We're gonna contact Deadly Prince Studios and hopefully they're gonna be able to put some amazing effects out that will fit on possibly the claw, so maybe like lightning wreathing or something. Look at that, yeah. So these are the specific Chaos Reaver parts. I'm really stoked about the Gatling cannon. Yeah, for sure, all those multiple barrels. Make sure those are nice and straight. That's gonna be, oh, that one's not quite straight. Got a distinct curve to that particular gun. Looks like parts of the legs and hips. These are some of the chunkiest parts. I can just sort of feel how heavy this bag is. These big, thick leg armor plates. Here's that big top mid plate. Really gonna show off. Oh look, they sent some spikes that can be glued wherever I like. They're handy. Oh, and these parts are really fun. This is really like what speaks to me on that Geiger-esque Dark Mechanicum level. Those poor individuals that get baked into these machines so that they can walk the battlefield. These machines aren't actually really run by computers. They're run by people who have been worked into the machines themselves. And the most iconic piece, the face mask. That actually houses the controller. So you might have to find a really cool model to stick in there. I recently had a model of myself made, so we might be able to get parts from there and take a head off, and I could actually pilot this Titan myself. The more disorganized it gets, the more chaotic it feels. It's more intimidating and more exciting all at the same time. There are extra parts of it already attached that need to come off. There are other things that need to get bent and built and put together in the right order, in the right way. This is a big undertaking for anyone, even with a lot of experience. This is resin, which is not a very forgiving product. There's gonna be multiple stages of trimming, cutting to get this all clean and ready to get together. Well, this seems to be approximately how many pieces it takes to build a Reaver Titan. And it's intense, it's an intimidating pile of bits. I think this is a kneecap. We found a kneecap, folks. And this looks to be the pilot. Now this is lovingly made. You can see that every little part of this is filled with detail. Every inch of this guy has been thought about and poured over and designed. Like, this is on the inside. Most people aren't gonna ever see this. We'll see if it ever gets painted, but that's a lot of intense detail to stick underneath the hood, as it were. Compared to Nick's project with Amanda, I expect to have a few less issues, mainly because we have fewer massive parts. I think the biggest two parts I'm seeing here are these two parts. The biggest problems, if I recall correctly, with Nick's build were making sure that the large pieces fit together flush. So I'm hoping that's not gonna be as big of an issue, because this doesn't look to have a lot of warp to it. It's definitely got some flash that needs to come out. A lot of cleaning along the edges. Look how big some of those gates were to get all the resin in for a piece this size. And same with this. It's a little bit wonky, but hey, it's a Chaos carapace. It doesn't have to be that symmetrical. Because I don't have to achieve the Tau aesthetic of a really highly designed product, I think there's gonna be a little bit more give in this project, although I really want a dynamic pose, and we'll see how far I have to take it to make this Reaver get to the place I want it to go. That's a lot of gray resin. I really hope it's all straight and true and ready to be glued together. So I was thinking, because I do want this to be a play piece and not just a showpiece, I'm probably not gonna have it on a permanent base. There definitely may be a display base that has places for the feet to go that might be, I'm not exactly sure how it would all be secured. That will be a problem for future me. But especially if this is going to be moved around in public, it does behoove us to have a specific way to do so that's not just grabbing the model and hoping for the best. Usually the Reavers that I've seen aren't glued together at the waist, so they can be moved around in two parts. But definitely making this a play piece rather than just a display piece is going to mean that we have to be careful with how you get it together and how it stands. I would love for this kind of model to be better represented in 40K itself, but it's just not. So this is gonna be a piece that's gonna be for larger narrative style battles, possibly Apocalypse or something similar. I definitely wanna see this model supporting a huge Chaos Legion facing down other Titans on the battlefield. That would be a really amazing game that I think would be a lot of fun to be part of. I don't see this being a regular feature in our 40K and 40Ms, but definitely you're gonna see this on the channel and soon. Now, for colors, I really hope that this Chaos Reaver Titan is able to express the width and breadth of Chaos in general. In light of that, I think we're gonna put it to our producers in our Patreon. They're gonna be able to have input in what this guy looks like when it comes out the other side of our little dark Mechanicum Forge world. First step, I gotta clean this thing. I gotta make a big bath and jump into it with my Chaos Reaver Titan. It's gonna be fun. It's a bubble bath. Bubble bath time. I have assembled a fair bit of Forge World, but never on this scale. This is quite the model. This is a really, really big model. Nick, how do I start this? This is gonna be hard. I don't know where to begin. You got some glue?
Tell you what, I'll give you as much help as you gave me.
Oh no! I am so excited to be able to get some of this stuff together. We're gonna bring you a 3-part series. This will be the first installment of which that is going to show off all the different steps, including LEDs, including some of the After Effects, some airbrushing stuff, how to build and straighten Forge World parts. It's gonna be exciting. Hopefully there's gonna be a little something in there for everyone, and that you'll enjoy working through this process, this chaotic build of the Chaos Reaver Titan.